Hello, everyone. Welcome to Daily Current Affairs. Let's start with today's news. The first news could be on 17th of October 2025, who released Global Multidimensional Poverty Index, which is also called MPI. Report titled Overlapping Hardship, Poverty, and Climate Hazard. The answer would be UNDP, that means United Nations Development Program, plus Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative. Most important for the UPSC context, 17 अक्टूबर 2025 को किसने रिलीज की ग्लोबल मल्टीनेशनल पॉवर्टी इंडेक्स, सॉरी मल्टी डायमेंशनल पॉवर्टी इंडेक्स रिपोर्ट, एमपीआई जिसको बोलते हैं। दो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, यूनाइटेड नेशन डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम एंड ओपीएचआई। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आता है, यूनाइटेड नेशन डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम विच इज एब्रिविएटेड एज यूएनडीपी founded in which year? Which is a very static question. The answer would be 22nd of November 1965. Let's move to another news. News number 2. On 21st October 2025, Ministry of Civil Aviation celebrated the ninth anniversary of a regional connectivity scheme. What is the name of that scheme? Answer would be UDAN. Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. Now let's talk about UDAN scheme. The UDAN scheme launched on 21st October 2016. The date is very important. Under which ministry? Ministry of Civil Aviation. Under which policy? The policy name is National Civil Aviation Policy. Has been instrumental in making air travel affordable and accessible to the common citizen. It revolutionizing regional aviation connectivity. It was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi. First flight started on 27th of April 2017 between Shimla and Delhi. Marked the beginning of a new era in connecting unserved and underserved airport in India. Since its inception, a total of 649 routes have been operationalized under UDAN, linking 93 underserved and unserved airports, including 15 heliports and 2 water aerodromes. The scheme has facilitated the transportation of over 1.56 crore passengers through 3.23 lakh UDAN flights, demonstrating its widespread adoption and effectiveness in bridging regional aviation gap. So that was the news. Let's move ahead. Who is our civil aviation minister? The answer would be Sri K.R. Naidu, who is MP from Andhra Pradesh. Sorry. Let's move to the next news. Which country hosts UNTCC Chiefs Conclave 2025? The answer would be India. You will be wondering, what is the full form of UNTCC? So the answer would be United Nations Troop Contributing Countries, which is a part of United Nations Peacekeeping Mission. And what is the date? 14th to 16th of October. Now let's talk about news detail. From 14th to 16th November, October 2025, India hosted the United Nations Troop Contributing Countries Chief Conclave in New Delhi, bringing together senior military leaders from 32 nations to advance global peacekeeping cooperation. The conclave marked the first time the Indian Army hosted the event, emphasizing India's leadership in shaping UN peacekeeping strategy and fostering international collaboration. Discussion focused on modernizing peace operations, including the use of technology to protect personal mandates aligned with ground realities and missions that uphold both sovereignty and human security. India's record in peacekeeping is notable, with over 3 lakhs troops deployed across 50 missions, the first all female police contingent in Liberia, and a no national caveat policy prioritizing collective duty over national interest. A key theme was leveraging technology, including drones for situational awareness, AI enabled logistics, and indigenous innovations showcased at the Defense Expo under India's Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative, which is also called Self Reliant Initiative. Let's move to news number 4. Which ministry and WHO, that is World Health Organization, is inviting global abstract on artificial intelligence in health? The answer would be the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, which is also abbreviated as MITI. Who is the minister? The minister is Honorable Sri Ashwini Vaishnav. You can also see in the picture he is Honorable Minister of Electronic and Information Technology, Sri Ashwini Vaishnav. Let's move to the detailed news. On 19th October 2025, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, in collaboration with the World Health Organization, announced a global call for abstract showcasing impactful and scalable application of artificial intelligence in health system. The initiative aims to identify and document innovative AI-driven solutions that have demonstrated measurable impact in improving healthcare deliveries, management, or outcome across the global south. Shortlisted submission will be invited to contribute a chapter to the upcoming casebook on AI health use cases, which will highlight successful implementation and lessons learned from real world AI project. Now let's move to the next news. News number 4. India develops first indigenous antibiotic medicine, which is called nephromycin. Now let's move to the detailed news. On 18th of October 2025, Union Minister of State Independent Charge for Science and Technology announced that India has developed its first indigenous antibiotic, nephromycin, marking a historic milestone in the national pursuit of self-reliance in the pharmaceuticals and biotechnology sector. What are the key points? First, homegrown antibiotic. Nephromycin is the first antibiotic molecule to be conceptualized, developed, and clinically validated entirely in India, showcasing the national's growing R&D capacity. Collaborative development. The breakthrough was achieved through a collaboration between the Department of Biotechnology and Wockhardt Limited, highlighting the power of industry, academia, partnership in scientific innovation. We have gene therapy milestone and advance in genomics. Let's move to the next news. Global forest finance gap require $216 billion annually. Let's move to the detailed news. On 14th of October 2025, the first edition of the State of Finance for Forest, which is also abbreviated as SFF 2025 reports titled Unlock Unleashed highlights a significant global underfunding in forest conservation, estimating it $216 billion annually finance gap needed to achieve climate, biodiversity, and land degradation target by 2030. What are the key points of this report? Forest finance gap. Achieving the Rio Convention target to limit global warming, halt biodiversity loss, and achieve neutral land degradation by 2030 required tripling annual forest investment from $84 billion in 2023 to $300 billion by 2030 and further scaling to $498 billion by 2050. The next key point would be public versus private funding. Public investment dominates forest finance with less than 10% coming from private investors, highlighting the need for mobilizing both public and private capital to close the funding gap. The next key point would be nature-based solution. Expansion of nature-based solution is crucial with an additional 1 billion hectare needed by 2013 and 1.8 billion hectare by 2050 to mitigate climate change and preserve biodiversity. What is India's role? India is ranked third globally in domestic public forest spending with 7.1 billion in 2023 while receiving $81 million in international public forest finance, underscoring the importance of internal funding in tropical forest countries. Now let's talk about international contribution. Government contributes 91% of total global forest funding in 2023, with domestic spending accounting for $75 billion and international public finance only $2.9 billion, of which 80% come as concessional aid or official development assistance. Now let's move to tropical forest funding need. Tropical forest countries will require an estimated $67 billion annually by 2030 for NBS, that means nature based solution, including avoided deforestation, reforestation, agroforestry protected area, and forest peatland protection, plus $16 billion to protect existing forests. So that was news regarding Global Forest Finance Gap 2025 report. Let's move to the next news. European Council approved new strategic EU India agenda. On 20th October 2025, the European Council approved conclusion on the new strategic EU India agenda announced earlier by the European Commission, marking a major step towards strengthening cooperation between the European Union and India. What are the key points? It will definitely deepening bilateral relation. The Council welcomed the strong impetus provided by the new agenda to strengthen EU-India cooperation across prosperity, sustainability, technology, innovation, security, defense, and connectivity. The next key point would be Free Trade Agreement, which is also abbreviated as FTA. Both sides aim to finalize a balanced, ambitious, and mutually beneficial FTA by the end of 2025. Security and defense partnership. The Council emphasized the importance of closer cooperation on security and defense based on mutual trust and respect, with plans to establish a formal partnership facilitating defense industrial collaboration. Now let's move to geopolitical engagement. The EU, European Council, reaffirms its commitment to continue engagement with India on issues related to Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine and stressed their shared responsibility to uphold multilateralism and a rule based international order under the UN Charter. Support for multilateral trade. Both sides reiterated that their commitment to safeguarding the multilateral trading system, especially through the World Trade Organization, to ensure global economic stability. Commitment to democratic values. The agenda reinforced joint effort to promote the protected democratic values, international law, and human rights, including the right of women and children. So that was the news related to the European Councils, which has approved new strategic European Union and India agenda. Let's move to the next news. DGCA, that means Director General of Civil Aviation's auto-generated computer numbers for flight crew. On 16th of October 2025, the Directorate General of Civil Aviation, abbreviated as DGCA, announced the auto-generation of computer number for flight crew candidates applying through the Pariksha portal, making a key step forward digital transformation in India aviation sector. The new system automates generation of computer numbers, eliminating the need of manual document submission and verification, thereby enhancing efficiency and transparency in the application process. According to the Ministry of Civil Aviation, the initiative aims to leverage DigiLocker integration, enabling secure digital access to verified academic credentials and simplifying administrative formalities for candidates. Initially, the facility will be available to candidates who have completed their 10th and 12th examination from the CBSE, ensuring smooth authentication for academic record. So that was the news related to the DGCA. Now let's move to another news. State Mining Readiness Index, which is also abbreviated as SMRI. State Mining Readiness Index 2025. On October 16, 2025, the Ministry of Mines released the State Mining Readiness Index, which is also abbreviated as SIMRI, and corresponding state ranking may marking a major step towards promoting mining sector reform at the state level. What are the key points? Objective of the index. The SMRI aims to evaluate and benchmark the performance of a state in the mining sector. It measures their readiness, efficiency, and reform implementation capacity, helping drive competitiveness and transparency in known coal mineral mining. What are the evaluation parameters? We have certain evaluation parameters, including auction performance, early mining operationalization, exploration focus, sustainable mining practices. We have categorized the state into certain parameters. Under the SMRI framework, states were divided into three categories based on their minerals endowment. Number one, category A, mineral rich state. Everybody knows that some states are very enriched in the mineral. Primarily, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Gujarat secured the three position. We have category 2, which include Goa, UP, Assam. We have category 3, Punjab, Uttarakhand, and Tripura. What are the purpose and impact? According to the ministry, the index will be act as a benchmarking tool to measure state performance and promote healthy competition amongst the state. So that was the news. I hope you enjoy the news. You have learned a lot. Keep practicing, study, and thank you so much. Have a great day.